The new iOS 26 brings a ton of new features and changes, and amongst these features and changes are of course new settings as well. So in today's video I will show you guys a few different settings that you should turn off immediately on your iPhone. Now of course these settings will enable different features on your device, but most of these will actually have an impact on your battery life or your iPhone's performance or your storage and things like that. So you're better off just turning them completely off on your device. So in today's video, I will show you guys 10 of these settings that I believe every iPhone user on iOS 26 must turn them off. Now before we get into all that, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button because most of you guys that watch my videos are still not subscribed to the channel, so hit that button, it really helps out a lot. And we're starting with the first one, and we're talking here about screenshots. So on the new iOS 26, when you go to the general settings, right here you will find screen capture. Now this is a dedicated section for your screenshots, and what you will find here are formats for screenshots. So one of them will be HDR and the other one is SDR. Now here's why I suggest you turn off the HDR. This will take a ton of space on your iPhone. Now usually I take screenshots of my device here and I edit them on Photoshop, and of course I need them to be higher quality. But if you're using your screenshots just on your iPhone, then you're better off just using the SDR, because the HDR ones will take a lot more space. So just to compare this, you can see we have two different screenshots right here. This one, as you can see, on iOS 18.5 with SDR of course, and you can see the size of this screenshot, 188 kilobytes. Now if we move to another one with HDR, you can see right here 1.4 megabytes. It's like 7 or 8 times bigger in size. And if you're taking a lot of screenshots, this will actually take a ton of space on your iPhone. So you're better off just using the SDR again if you're just using your screenshots on mobile devices. And now we're moving back into the screenshot settings under the general settings. So head on to your settings. And once you go here on the screen capture, you will have full screen previews at the top right there. Now this is a button that will basically enable this. So you take a screenshot of your device and it takes the whole screen. Now most of the time we don't actually need this. Now what you're doing here is basically saving or deleting the screenshot. Now if you disable this, it will be much better because you only have a small preview right here. It doesn't take your screen, and if you need it, you can always just tap in it and it bring it to the screen. As easy as that. If you just take the screenshot and you want to save it, you can just basically let it ignore it right there. It will go away for a couple of seconds, or just swipe it like this and it's away and it's saved under your camera roll. So you don't need your screenshots to take the whole screen. Make sure to go ahead and turn off right here full screen previews. Now with messages on iOS 26, we also got a lot of new features and changes, and one of them will be the new backgrounds feature. So you will have actually a setting right here which allows you to enable or disable conversation backgrounds for iMessage on iOS 26. And it is right here under the messages settings. You go to settings, go to apps, messages, and then right here you will have conversation backgrounds. Now, if you're on a group chat or you're in conversation with someone, anyone can actually change those backgrounds, maybe add animated backgrounds and stuff like that. All that will do, of course, is have an impact on the battery life of your device, especially if you're using or someone else is actually applying animated backgrounds to your conversation. That will just drain the battery. So go ahead and turn off the conversation backgrounds from here. The next setting you must turn off is actually not found under the settings app, but it's found on your lock screen. And it is this button right here, and you will see what it does. So it's basically generating the spatial scene for your wallpaper. Once it's enabled, it's like this without that line crossing it. It means that it's enabled. Once it's like this, it's disabled, and this is how it should be. Leaving it enabled, it will add that really cool spatial effect to your wallpaper on the lock screen. But as you probably know by now, anything that is animated all the time will require CPU power. That way also slow down the device, also just consuming a ton of unnecessary battery. So my suggestion is, at least for now, when we're on the initial releases of iOS 26 and battery life maybe it's not that good, then go ahead and turn off the spatial scene effect from your lock screen. Next up, we're moving under accessibility, and right here we have a setting that probably most people won't need. If you need it, it's okay to use it, of course, but if you don't really need it, then go ahead and turn that off. So we have sound and name recognition. Now, previously on iOS 18, it used to be only sound recognition, where it will basically recognize sounds and then give you a notification. Now you will also have right here, as you can see, it's downloading the sounds. It will take up space on your iPhone and also work in the background listening for those sounds that will consume battery and CPU power. And we also have name recognition now. This is new. So basically, once it's downloaded right there, you can set up name recognition. You can type names, and once the device will recognize those names, it will notify you. Again, if you need to have these features, then they're great for you. You must set them up right here. But if you don't really need them, make sure you have both of these turned off. And just down here, we also have music haptics. Now, haptics are something that will just drain the battery out of your iPhone. So the haptic motor that's on your iPhone, it vibrates, it requires a lot of battery usage. So if you have this enabled, and my suggestion is if you don't really need it or use it, then just turn it off completely. But if you really want to have it or you need to have it, then make sure that you go here and set the intensity to low. So with iOS 26, of course, this was a feature before on iOS, before iOS 26, but now with this update, we have the ability to set the strength of these haptic feedbacks. So make sure you don't actually use a strong one, because that will vibrate your device the most, that way also consuming the most battery. And we're moving back under the general settings. So go to general and again go to screen capture right here, and we have CarPlay screenshots. Now this is a cool feature if you want to take screenshots of your CarPlay screen, but most people probably won't ever use it or need this to actually take screenshots on their device. Now with this enabled, what is happening is that when you have your iPhone connected to your CarPlay and you take a screenshot of your device, it will take both screenshots of your screen of your iPhone as well as your CarPlay screen. Now, if you don't want that to happen, you take a screenshot of your iPhone, you don't need to have a screenshot of your CarPlay, then go ahead and turn it off from here, and now you're good to go. You only take screenshots of the phone screen and not of CarPlay. And now we have also here a few settings that have been here before but are really important, and I suggest you turn off. First of all, under battery, if you go to charging right here at the bottom, you will find something called clean energy charging. Now I always keep this off, and I suggest you turn it off as well, because this will slow down the speed to which your iPhone charges. Right here it says if you're in your region, your iPhone will try to reduce your carbon footprint by only charging your iPhone when lower carbon emissions are available, meaning that your iPhone will charge way slower. So go ahead, head on to battery, go to charging, and turn clean energy charging off. And one thing I always suggest that I also have seen reports from other users that it actually works is turning completely off Apple Intelligence. Now, as you probably know, if you have a device with Apple Intelligence, most people will barely use it if they ever use it at all. So go ahead and turn it off completely. If you don't actually need to have the Apple Intelligence features, go ahead, turn them off. These are working always in the background. You're typing something, you receive an email, it's basically working in the background, getting a reply ready for you. If you don't actually use these features, that you don't need to have them turned on. So under settings, Apple Intelligence and Siri, completely turn them off. And for the last one, we're moving under privacy and security, and what you need to do here is go to system services. And then right here, you will see this list of all the things that are using your location. And as you probably know, the location services is something that will drain the most battery out of your iPhone. You will have a lot of things here like alerts and shortcuts automations, Apple Pay merchant identification. You will have things like cell network search right here, device management, or the home here. You will have also system customization, suggestions and search, these setting a time zone. These are things that you don't actually need to have enabled. A few things are, of course, emergency and SOS, find my phone. These are things that are really important and should be enabled all the time. Otherwise, these things that you don't need, make sure you go ahead and turn them off. So that is it for this video, guys. These are 10 settings on iOS 26 that I believe every user must turn off. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and found it helpful. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe for more. I will see you guys on the next one.